Okay, so which is faster, hot or cold?
Cold because you can't catch it, or couldn't you? No, hot because you can't catch it.
Because you
What?
can't catch a cold.
You can't catch it cold.
Yeah,
no,
you
because you
you
can't catch a cold, so it's hot.
Hot is faster. Wow, that was...
Sorry, I got excited.
You were right the first time. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I confused myself.
I got confused after it. I was like, this is my joke, and I'm like...
The more that you say, the
Well, I
less
got that joke
know.
actually from countryliving.com.
Oh.
Hey everybody, you're listening to Siscussions with Heidi, Nat, and Kim.
We're three sisters who talk about anything and everything while playing trivia.
We can't promise we'll always stay on topic, but we can promise we'll always be safe for work. Thanks for listening, and we hope you enjoyed today's episode.
All right, so today we are going to be talking about habits. Habits that we wish we had, habits that we want to break, habits that we hate having, basically. Did everybody make a list?
I did.
Perfect. Natalie?
I made 2 of them.
Yep.
I don't really have any habits that, like, I could think of that, like, I was really good at, that I'm really good at.
Oh, I came up with even bad habits that I have.
I do too.
Oh, okay.
I came up with, like, habits that I wish I had.
Right.
Habits that I, like, that suck.
Mm-hmm.
And then, oh yeah, I kind of have a story.
Okay,
So,
tell us.
along with this, like, topic, when me and Natalie were younger, our dad used to have these practices where he would notice that one of us left the door open or we left the lights on all day. So he hated it. Like, it was probably one of his biggest pet peeves, is just, like, seeing that there was a light on that shouldn't be on, okay? So, like, so we used to have these practices called door shutting practices or light turning off practices, where he would gather us around and he would literally go like this. This is how you turn off a light. And he'd go, see, you grab and you pull down. You pull up. You pull down.
That sounds like him.
Yeah, just like making it like the dumbest like version of it. Yeah.
And like and then same with the door, where he'd be like, turn the knob, open the door, close the door, done. And that was basically it. But he would go over it often.
And he would literally like line us up single file and like make us do it.
Yeah, make us try
times.
it. Like, we would have to try it. Like, it was just one of those.
Aye.
Yeah.
Like you're in
Anyway,
the military.
that's what I thought of as soon as I was like, habits. That's probably one of the only habits that I have, is like making sure that the doors are closed and the lights are turned off, because like it's just a habit now. Because I didn't want to go through those door practices.
Yeah, and
Habit.
Anyway, yeah.
I have a problem with leaving cabinet doors open.
Oh my gosh,
I'm one of
I
those.
hate that.
I know, but you know what? It's like, I think it's an ADHD something or other, because I'll like open the cabinet and then I'll walk away, and then 3 hours later I come back. I'm like, oh yeah, it's open, and then I'll close it. So I close it when I notice, but
Nora does not let that happen. I don't know if she has like a little bit of like OCD or something, but she cannot handle it when things are open. She'll just be like, Mom, you need to close it. I'm like, she'll also tell me I need to pick up things, and yeah.
Wow.
Nora inspires me to be clean and organized because it bugs her, and I'm like, I'm sorry. You're the one that's making all these messes.
I wonder if that's like the COVID generation. We raised them to be like germophobic or something. Because like Riker, the other day, my nephew, my sister's son, I was playing a joke with him, and he had these like fake spiders. They're tiny. And he handed me one, gave me the yellow one, and so then he handed Jeff another one. And so I grabbed Jeff's, and I like pretended to put it through his ear, and then I pulled it out the other side, and I gave it back to Riker. And then he looked at it, and then proceeded to almost throw it in the trash can. And he's like, it's dirty. And I was like,
It's been through
I was
Jeff's
like, hold on, let me
brain.
clean it. And so I had to clean it and like prove to him that
Oh my
it's safe. Like I didn't actually pull it out of
dirty.
Jeff's ear.
I know the amount of times that I have to be like, Nora, well, wash your hands after you're finished eating. Like, she still doesn't get it. Like, yeah, I get it that you don't like your hands messy, but maybe that's why you use your fork. Also, if you wash your hands now, you're going to get them dirty again in 2 seconds, and we're just going to be constantly making trips to the bathroom. But,
She
like,
gets
every
that from
time,
me.
I need to wash my hands.
Must be a sensory thing. I don't know. I don't know.
I don't like stuff on my hands either. Like I don't like eating. Like I love tacos, but I hate how dirty my hands get. And then I don't feel like I can drink any water because I don't want my cup dirty. You know, it's just
Yeah, I've noticed
gross.
that since my mission, I don't like getting my hands dirty while I eat. But that's because like on my mission they'd give you like chicken and rice, and but like this is like chicken that's like on the bone or whatever, or
Right.
like not easily like cut up, and they would give you a spoon to eat with.
That's horrible.
So you literally have no choice but to like kind of use your hand to kind of like get chicken off, you know? And that's how they eat. They just eat a lot with their hands too.
Yeah.
And so, but then I've just realized like ever since getting back from my mission, like I'm just like very picky about that. I don't like it. It's so funny.
Honestly, it's like I've definitely become mom in the sense of like as soon as I get home, I'm washing my hands.
Oh, yeah.
Or like I wash or I use like hand sanitizer all the time. I really truly think it's because of my job. My job has ruined that for me because like there's so many kids that are sick. They're touching everything. They're wiping their nose and then just like wiping it all over the table. I'm constantly sanitizing. It's like so gross to me. And then like as soon as I get home, my hands, I can feel the germs on my hands. And I have to wash.
You know what a weird habit that Colton pointed out to me when he got married? When I wash my hands, I have to smell them after. Like,
Well, I do that.
like,
I think
like they're not washed. I have to like verify that like, yeah, they're washed. Like every time. I haven't broken it. I still do it. Still do it.
On purpose now?
Or
No,
was
I
that?
just do it. Like it just feels wrong.
That's awesome.
If I don't do it. It's same with I have to use chapstick after brushing my teeth. I have to, or I cannot go to bed. Like I have to put chapstick on.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Is there like a
Colton
ritual
makes
you
fun
have?
of me.
No. When I had like when my OCD was really bad, I showered like 15 times a day.
Oh my gosh.
That's how I knew it wasn't normal. But besides those things are like more compulsion than habitual. I don't really have anything. I don't think. Well, I don't know. I'm sure there's things that you guys have noticed about me that I just haven't. We'll talk about it later.
Is there something that I do?
I don't think so. I don't know.
I'm like, I don't feel like there really is.
I just know I talk a lot. Is that a habit? Bad habit?
That's just
I used to have a bad habit of biting my nails. Do you guys know that?
Oh, I did too.
Like, it was really bad, though. Like, I think, again, probably anxiety had to do with it. But it was me, my sister, and my brother. All three of us had it really bad. And it wasn't until, like, literally a few years ago where I was finally like, enough is enough. I hate how my nails grow out very brittle and very thin. And so I, like, went to a nail salon, and I was like, I need to grow out my nails. And so then I paid, like, $30 for my nails stuff, and then... Sure enough, didn't matter. I picked everything off, and then I bit my nails again. And then someone suggested, how about you go to a more expensive nail tech? And so I looked in the area. I DM'd so many different nail techs, and I was like, how much do you charge? And there was a girl that said, I charge $95 a set. And I was like, sold. I was like, if I pay a lot of money, then I won't want to do it. Yeah, I won't want to touch them. And so I was like, Jeff, can I do it? He's like, yeah, sure. Because he knew that I was trying to break the habit. And so then, anyway, long story short, that's why I pay so much for my nails. Because if I don't, then I'll like pick off the nail polish or like start just chomping away.
I stopped right after I got braces because like I didn't want my perfect teeth to be like ruined because I'm using it to, So now I have like I don't do that anymore.
Yeah, no, me neither.
I never got into the nail biting.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't had like the urge to do it. I think because my brain now just connects lots of money, don't touch you. And so I'm just
Or maybe
like,
they're
"Hey."
just so pretty, you don't want to mess them up.
Well, that too. But honestly, like that didn't work because I was paying like $30 to have them like painted and like manicured, and that's why I'm so impressed by Baylor's nails being so strong. Sorry about that. Let me turn this on.
Oh my
Do
goodness!
not
Yeah,
disturb.
Baylor's nails are like ridiculous.
Yeah, they're so thick. And so I was I'm jealous. I'm like, I look at them like, holy cow. And that's just like natural. And so, because again, I remember when I used to break my nails all the time when they were like growing out and they were so thin. That's why they would break. But I didn't have braces. Maybe if I did, I would have
Interesting.
broken it. My sister's the same way though. We both pay a lot for our nails. And my brother still has the habit. So.
I mean, I think I got the habit because I think Dad had something like that. Where he would buy his nails. Somebody bit their nails, and then I just kind of copied, I think. I'm blaming my dad. Anyway, Natalie, what's first on your list?
For like which one? Like
Habits we want to break. Let's just
sure.
start there. Let's start negative. Not negative.
okay,
But like,
Yeah,
let's own up to some things.
like habits I wish I didn't have.
Right.
That's what we're going for. Okay, so I have this habit of I like will get woken up by like a child or a husband or something.
Or a husband?
One of them.
Yeah,
One of the husbands.
And it will be like not quite time for me to wake up yet, but like it's still like kind of like a reasonable time to get up. And I always try and go back to sleep. But like I know I will not be able to go back to sleep, but I still try to go back to sleep. And then I just end up feeling worse. Like I feel groggy and like half asleep and like, whereas if I would just get up, because I do it every now and then, you know, I just like get up and I just start my day and I feel so much better than when I just try and go back to sleep. But I still, and every single time,
Oh my gosh.
You know what time it is?
Oh my gosh.
time of day. All right.
Okay. Who wants to go first?
I'll go first.
Okay.
All right. Which mammal has the most powerful bite? Is it
Okay. Most
Mammal.
powerful
Mammal.
bite. Mammal.
shark,
Wait, a shark's not a mammal.
cheetah, giraffe, or hippo?
Hippo. It's got to be hippo.
Hippo.
Hippos are scary.
They are
yeah.
scary.
Yeah, hippo.
And that is
Hungry.
true.
Final answer.
That
Hippos.
is
Yeah.
hungry hippos.
Hippos are
Final
actually really,
answer.
yeah, they really are scary though.
They're
mean,
actually like
too.
the most dangerous animals.
Yeah, they're like kind of like the moose of the
Yeah,
The
of
jungle.
the safari,
the safari. Yeah,
the jungle. Yeah,
they're like they're just like mean and can actually do a lot of damage. But we like are scared of other things more.
Yeah. Well, because they don't really look mean. They kind of look
You know,
cute
yeah,
and cuddly.
don't.
yeah, they look like just like the big chubby like.
Yeah, like you could just like grab their cheeks and like
No, but then they open their mouth and it's like,
I mean, you got that song, I Want a Hippopotamus for Christmas? So,
Yeah.
like, you grow up as a kid thinking you want a hippopotamus.
Yeah.
Yeah, naturally. Yeah, I definitely put hippopotamus on my list growing.
100%.
No crocodiles, no rhinoceroses. All we want is hippopotamuses.
Oh my gosh.
That was good.
All right.
That was a good question.
Moving on.
Moving on.
Okay. Mine, so along with Natalie's, is snoozing my alarm. Because like,
Oh,
I
yeah.
wake up, I'm like, as soon as I'm awake, I'm like pretty much awake, right? Like you feel wide awake. But then as soon as you go back to bed and you wake up 10 minutes later, you just feel even worse.
Yeah.
Than
Yeah.
if you just woken up.
It's true.
So I totally get that.
It's
Kim?
true. I mean, I do have that habit too. I guess I didn't even think about this until just now. Again, I don't know if it's compulsive or habitual. I set 1 million alarms every single day. If I showed you my alarm, I'll expose myself. I have alarms set for all hours of the day.
Oh my, for what? Whoa!
Oh my gosh.
goodness.
Oh my
gosh! That is not all hours, that is like 4
Literally
per hour.
Yeah. No, when I say it's a lot,
What do you use that for?
it's when I used to have like really bad like sleep habits, and I also worked at this really late job. Like it wasn't like a graveyard shift, but it was like an awkward like 10 p.m. to 3 a.m. situation. And so, like, had to set alarms at, like, 8 p.m. to, like, wake myself up. And so I never, like, let go of them. And, like, in the cloud, it all gets saved up. So these are alarms that I've had since, like, high school.
Oh my gosh.
I'm pretty sure. And so anyway, so that's why I have a million alarms. And they come in handy because, like, recently when my flight got canceled to come back home from Vegas, I had to set an alarm for 2:30 in the morning to wake up to get ready for the airport and all that. Because my flight was leaving at 5 in the morning or almost 5. And anyway, I already had the alarm option. So people are like, people delete their alarms, right? I don't. And so I guess that's
I just use the same alarm and then I change the alarm time.
Yeah, that's what Jeff does. That's what most people do. But I also know other people that are like me that, like, at least on TikTok, there was a trend where people were exposing themselves, and I was like, oh, I feel like I found my people. So if you're one, or like, tell us if you're one or the other, because I think there's other people like me.
I'm sure there are.
I don't feel like I'm alone in that. So,
all right, Natalie, what's your next one?
Of habits I wish I didn't have?
Yeah.
I don't know if I wrote more because I was like, there's so many, and I just felt sad.
I know. Actually, when I was making this list, I was like, yeah, there's a lot of things.
Okay, so another habit that I have that I wish I didn't is when I'm like hungry or I'm cooking dinner, I just like snack a whole bunch instead of just like waiting for like the better food. I just eat a whole bunch of like crap, and then it's just awful.
That's fair. I feel like yours and mine are like linked. Or like linked.
Could
like
it be how we were
related.
raised? What?
Nature versus
Deep
nurture?
dive. Let's go.
Another episode.
Honestly, mine was emotional eating. Like, that makes me sound like such a baby. But like, I feel like a lot of people have that issue,
we all do that at some point or
where
another.
like you're just having the worst day ever, and you're like, I'm gonna go get whatever I want, and then no consequences, whatever. Or it's like,
You're having the best day ever.
I'm having the best day ever. It's time to get a treat. You know, like you're just constantly eating.
Yeah.
And yeah,
That's also a Taurus thing, but we can get into that in another episode. Because that's something that I also struggle with. Emotional eating and also emotional not eating. Like when I'm really happy, I don't eat because I forget, or I'm really sad and I just don't eat because I don't want to.
Yeah.
So it goes both ways.
Yeah, I mean, like when we're about to get real personal, but when I'm on my period, it's like,
yeah,
I either eat everything or I eat nothing at all.
Yeah. I'm on the nothing thing today.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a real thing.
Yeah, I feel that.
So,
because like,
that's really
Wes was asking me, he was like, what are you like on your period? Just like, so he kind of knows. And I was like, I don't know. It changes every time. So I guess I'll just have to let you know. I'm like, sometimes I want to eat everything. Sometimes I don't want to eat anything at all. Sometimes I'm super cranky. Sometimes I'm super happy. Sometimes like everything just like irritates me. And I just like go off the rails randomly. You know, like I just never know.
That's true.
So good luck. Anyway.
Yeah, no, that's fair. That's a real thing.
What's your next one?
Do any of you? Okay, I guess I also kind of had what Natalie had this morning, where it was just like, because I deleted a lot. I started writing stuff down, and I was like, I don't think it's normal for someone to have this many bad habits. So I just started deleting a lot of them.
Yeah, because that will make them go away. I wish.
So that goes into my next point of not confronting things. I have a habit of not wanting confrontation, and that means in every way. Like, I don't like confrontation. I don't like if anyone starts like attacking me, I just like immediately relent, or like I'm the pushover. I'm the one that's like, okay, like let's just stop. Like in games, especially Heidi has seen it recently, where if someone is upset, I will just like back off and not want to win because it's not fun.
Because you attack one person, then that person freaks out, and then you attack me. And I have to take it because I'm like,
yeah, literally. So I'm just like, I just don't like confrontation. And again, that happened today when I was writing all this down. I could not confront all the bad habits, so I just started deleting all of the ones I didn't like. And I was like, yeah, I don't want to talk about that. It's too personal.
That feels like
too personal.
Not worth it. Anyway,
I also have a silly one though I can bring up later, but I don't know if you guys have a funny one. It's kind of gross, but anyway, we'll go on.
Okay,
on,
what's
go on,
your
go on, go on,
habit?
go on.
Let me think. I guess I don't like to shower until I've worked out, and so sometimes I don't shower till like 4 p.m. because I don't get to my workout till 3 p.m. when I should just like shower and then just shower again, you know? So
No, I'm right there with you.
No, sometimes I'm
I feel
like pretty
that's valid.
gross, and
But
I'm like, I should
why shower twice in a day when you could just shower once?
True.
Yeah.
You like sweat a lot.
So I guess really the bad habit is like putting my workout off, I guess. I don't know.
Why does that terrify me every time?
Okay, Kim, you go first. You go.
Okay.
Next.
I'll go first. Okay. Okay. This is for my Friends fans. Sorry. Which Friends character appeared in the most episodes
Monica. I'm just kidding.
outside of the 6 main Friends?
Do you have a list?
Yes.
Yeah, give us the list.
Well, it's like off the top of my head, kind of. Crap! I did not think about this. Chandler's ex-girlfriend. I forgot her name.
Oh,
Chandler
Janice.
Bing.
Janice. I'll just give you 2 options. No, 3. I'll give you 3. Mrs. Geller,
Okay.
Janice, or Gunther.
Gunther. Gunther or Janice? Is it Janice?
I feel like I want to say Janice, but I feel like you're throwing us, and it's Mrs. Geller.
I'm gonna say Gunther.
Gunther, like, he makes. Are you saying like the like duration of time, or just like how many times
Appeared
they
in the most episodes. How many times they appeared?
Throughout the
So then
whole-
Gunther probably.
Okay.
Gunther.
Is that your final answer?
Yeah.
That is correct.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Janice, fun fact, I don't know if this is just something I picked up on, so I don't know if it's accurate, but she appears at least once every season.
Ah.
And just to throw off the whole thing, it's always random when you hear her say, "Oh my," like, you know, her little laugh.
Chandler Bing.
Yeah. It's all every single season though. And I thought that was kind of a cute little like throw in that they would like guarantee, all right, the Janice episode every season. So
That's
anyway,
awesome.
I love Friends in case you guys wanted to know. Okay. Who's next? I think it's you, Hides.
Okay. My next one. So these two kind of go together. It's letting other things or people affect my mood, or letting my temper get the best of me. Because like when I'm in a bad mood, it lasts all day long. I milk that thing until it cannot be milked anymore. Okay.
Why
So
are you
it's like-
milking it?
because I just like I don't know, it's just a habit that I have where I just have to make everybody else feel worse too. Like it's horrible.
Right.
But like yeah.
Like I'm dragging you down with me.
I'm working on it. Wesley hates it, and so I've been yeah.
I just saddest look you just gave me. She's just like, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
So that's a bad habit that I have.
At least you're like aware of
Yeah.
it, you know?
That was one thing that like I told him from the very beginning when we started dating. I was like, I have a bad temper, and I get like, I mean, you couldn't really tell because I'm awesome, but like, I have a bad temper and especially when I'm angry. Like, I just like let it affect everything, and then when I have literally no reason to be angry anymore, I'm still angry.
But like, because I'm trying to work on this too with myself this year, turning the negatives into positives. So you wear your emotions on your sleeves. All of you guys do. And so think of it too, like you're not only showing your anger a lot, but you also, when you guys are really happy, it's very evident. There's people like me that like people expect big reactions. Like, why aren't you guys happy? And I'm just like, I don't wear my emotions as strongly. But you guys do. Like you and Jeff specifically are known for like your laughs. And so like having that big like response to something funny, I don't know. I just think so. Look at it that way, maybe.
Yeah. Wow.
Because that's something I notice about all of you guys is that you guys wear your emotions just
That's
like
interesting. That
on
you
your
think
face.
that about me too? I feel like
I could always tell when any of the 4 of you are upset.
Yeah.
It's like pretty like instant, and I don't know why I can notice that quickly. Probably because I married one of you. So
It's a whole thing.
it's a whole thing. No, but yeah, because that's something I have a hard time with is like showing that emotion, and I just let it build and build and build, and then it just explodes out of nowhere.
Yeah.
And that's not healthy
But like
either.
Wesley isn't like that. He just like is never really upset. But when he is upset, like you can't really tell. He's kind of like Colton in that aspect. We're like,
Yeah, the more I get to know Wesley, I'm like,
yeah, I feel like I'm marrying
I'm
Colton.
like,
That, as weird as that sounds, I really do. Like,
no,
I, feel
I
like
know,
I'm marrying a version
which
of
makes
him.
me happy. Like,
Yeah.
like I told you, the more I hang out with Wes, the more I like him, and I'm like super excited for you guys because I'm like, he is so good for her, and she is so good for him, and it's so
Yeah. 'Cause
exciting.
Because you kind of need that balance, you know,
Yeah.
that yin and yang.
He'd like, yeah, he's awesome. I love him. But yeah, it's just so weird because like, yeah, the more I like experience his like, I guess his bad habits or his like
His
emotions
quirks
and
things.
quirks, I'm like, I've seen this in Colton. I'm like, I feel like I know how to deal with this because I've dealt with it. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can go along with like what you're saying though. Like I worked on it a lot and I feel like I've gotten better. I just think we kind of grew up with this idea that you're not being like truthful or consistent if you like want to change your mood. Does that make sense? Like
yeah, that's right.
and so like I realized this and I've been working on it cuz like just because you say that you're like having a hard time doesn't mean you have to like prove it by like showing it like and being like so dramatic about it, which I feel like I have had to do that in the past where like I felt like mom or dad weren't going to believe me unless I was like showing it. Like they weren't going to believe me if I just said it. And so I realized that about Colton. Like Colton, he knows how to just be like, look, this is what's going on, but he doesn't let him affect him, you know? And so I've been trying to work on that. Like, yes, in this moment, I'm having a hard time or whatever, or I'm angry or whatever, but I'm just going to move on from it. That doesn't mean that that's any less real or that I'm being inconsistent because everybody has ups and downs. That's what's consistent is everybody goes through things and they have to like switch up how they're feeling. And so, yeah, that was a big realization for me. I was like,
Well, yeah, and then also accepting, like, if somebody points out something, like, you're being dramatic or, like, you're being too sensitive.
yeah.
Like, taking a step back and realizing, I'm like, okay, yeah, you're right. I am. I know that I am, but I'm so. Yesterday, I had one of my, temper tantrums, and I don't want to call it that because it really wasn't. I was just, like, annoyed, and Wes was like, you're being super sensitive. And I was like, that's so rude.
In a very sensitive way.
But exactly. And I was like, I know I'm being sensitive, but I can't stop. Like, it was just, I don't like it when people tell me that I'm something when I know I am something,
Yeah.
But
you don't want anybody else to like air
Point
out
that
your
out.
dirty laundry when
Yeah.
you already know
Exactly.
you have it.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, the reason why I just want to say, I did not mean to say anything badly. I was just saying, trying to help you guys see that even though, you do like show your emotions a lot, doesn't make it a bad thing. It's just, we all cope differently. I don't think there's necessarily always a right or wrong way to like express ourselves with our emotions. Because it's not realistic to always be like, I'm sad or I'm annoyed right now and like be like truthful all the time because then you would not be accepted socially.
Which I was going to ask, like, if we can tell that you're like in one of those moods, like, is there something you would like us to do? I feel like mostly we just like don't acknowledge it. We're just just move on.
Yeah, we're just like, let's
honestly,
not touch her.
kind of.
Is
Like,
that-
you kind
is that
of
how it
have
works
to just
best?
move on. And because, like, when you guys make comments of, like, well, then you don't have to come, or, like, then stop being such a baby, blah, blah, like, being rude about it.
Yeah.
You know? Then that's what I'm like, all right, I'm going to milk this for all it's worth, and I'm going to
Yeah.
make you hate your life. You
I
know?
feel like that's a habit in our family too, is like we can't give people like the right to change, the room to change. You know, I remember even coming back from my mission and like obviously I had changed a lot. I was a year and a half where I was like doing other stuff. I wasn't around my family. Obviously I changed a lot. When I came back, everybody was like treating me the way I was before. So then I felt like I had to like revert back to that. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So like if you're always like treating people as if like they're about to explode or like if they're sad, then they like feel like they have to be that way, you know?
Yeah.
I can't remember what movie it was, but they're like, okay, well, if you can stop treating me like I'm a wounded puppy, I can stop acting like it. And I always think about that because I'm like, yeah,
What movie is that?
stop treating me like that, and I won't feel like I have to act like that.
Who wants to look it up? Because I have the timer open.
I can't remember.
Hold on.
But that's a good quote because it's
Sorry, this is like right up my alley. I always think about these things. I'm a psychology major.
All right, Nat, that's you. Your turn. While she's looking that up,
Okay.
hit us with the trivia.
You got it.
Can I just say I love the trivia portion of our
Okay.
podcast?
This is like, I don't know how in the world you would ever know this. So
Okay.
this is just one of those like,
If I know it, like you'd be
Guessing.
surprised. Okay.
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 On average, how many seeds are located on the outside of a strawberry?
Seeds? Oh,
Seeds.
okay. The little
4. No, I don't know.
76.
For some reason, I was thinking of a tomato.
Wait, on average. I'm just like
Fast. 4.
4.
Sorry.
Okay.
Final
a
answer.
strawberry. You know how they've got like little yellow things peppered on the side? You know what I'm talking about? More than 4. Let me give you that.
More than 4. Okay. Okay.
Okay, let me get. Okay, I have the things. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Is it 100, 200, 400, or 500?
300.
200.
300 wasn't an option.
Oh, 200.
It is. It's 200. Yeah.
That's what I meant.
I can't believe that. I'm so bad at like estimating numbers. I always have been.
Me too.
Oh.
If
I'm
that's
so
ever
bad
like
at
a game at like a baby shower or bridal shower, catch me not
Oh
guessing.
yeah. No, and we used to work at an essential oils company, like the production. So they'd obviously have like big barrels of things, and so I would always find myself in this position where they'd be like, "Well, how many of this do we have left in that bin?" And I'm like, "Don't ask me this." I'm like, 20. There's like 200 still, or
Yeah.
something. You know, it's like really bad. Anyways,
That's me though. I have such a hard time with it. One of my 4th grade teacher every week would have a different like candy in a jar. And one time it wasn't candy, it was actually dollar bills. I don't know where she found the funds because she's a teacher, but she had it in a jar and we'd have to guess how many like each week. And there was a week that it was Starburst and I was like, okay, I'm actually going to try. But I was so off. It was embarrassing. I remember like everyone was like guessing like below 100 and I like fully went into it 430 and then like she left like in front of everyone and was like, you are so wrong. And I was like,
I know where the quote is from.
oh,
Hunger Games.
Hunger Games.
From
literally-
PETA. Is that PETA?
Yeah,
Yeah.
PETA. Yeah.
I literally watch that movie all the time, and I'm so disappointed in myself.
Yeah, I feel like I should have known that too.
That's
Yeah.
so true.
Yeah, I think about that a lot though.
Should we move on to
Yeah, different
habits that we would like to develop?
Just read your list. Let's
Okay.
just read your list. How about you go next?
Okay, all right. I only wrote 3 things.
Okay, cool.
Exercise.
Naturally.
Naturally, I have such a hard time with it. I put a spine, but I was also probably irritated this morning when I wrote that. Like a spine to like stand up for myself, I guess. I don't know. I like when I'm hormonal, I just get like super irritable and I have no tolerance for anything negative. I just like
Wow.
I don't even.
It's nice to know I'm not alone. Because you both have mentioned that, and I'm like, oh, phew. Because I literally like it's awful because like you know you're being a brat,
Yes.
and like you can feel it, and
Yes.
like, but then you just like still do it, and you're like,
I will never forget. I'm gonna expose Jeff a little bit. Sorry. Again, I'm on my period. I don't care.
oh god.
No, there are no consequences here.
Here's my spine showing. But no, when it was like the first year of our marriage, and I think we were like 5 or 6 months in, and I was on my period, and I get really bad cramps. It's not like endo. I've seen a lot of doctors about it, and they're like, it's not endometriosis. I'm just like, okay, whatever. I guess I just have debilitating cramps for no reason. But they're not really debilitating, but they suck. Like there is a day and a half of me just like not wanting to do anything. And Jeff was like, wouldn't you think that after like almost 20 years of this, that you would have a system down on how to like combat the problem?
He did not.
I was like, he said something along those lines, and I was like, Jeff, you need to go away right now.
I'm like, how about I kick you where the sun don't shine
Yeah,
every
I was
month?
like, how about
I show you, you can tell me how to get over it.
That's literally what I said. I was like, let's try this exercise where I kick you, and then we'll see how you feel every month and how you combat it every month for the next 20 years. You got it, Jeff. And he was just like, no, you're fine. And since then, like,
That's the correct answer.
since then, I think he's done like some research. He's actually really sweet. He'll like research things. Like, he researched PCOS after he found out that you had it, and so he's researched it, and he's like, because sometimes when I'm ovulating, I'll have like mild cramps, and so he looked it up. Like, are ovulation cramps normal? They are. And so he's just like, what do you need? Like, now he's a lot better. But I will say, like, oh my gosh, I was like, Jeff, you need to go away right now.
Yeah,
You
don't
need to-
say that
Don't
anymore.
say that again.
Yeah, like, see, I might have gotten super petty and been like, pointed out something that he struggles with and been like, wouldn't you think you have a system?
Yeah.
That's how petty I get when I'm in them. Yeah, I'm
exactly.
So bad.
when you're PMSing, you're just like,
I like, sometimes I just feel myself taking it way too far. And most of the time I'll be like, I'll just stop. I'm like, I don't want to say something I'm going to regret
Right.
and I
Right.
can't ever
But
take
it's
back.
like
But
that moment where you know you are about to lay some harsh facts.
Yeah.
Okay. But you just like keep going, even though you know you're gonna light them on fire.
Yep.
You can like feel yourself just going the extra mile to be a bad person.
Yeah. No.
You just don't stop it.
I literally
Yeah.
feel it's like, because I'm kind of like Kim. I don't like confrontation, and I feel like it's kind of like an adrenaline rush. And so I literally feel like it's like kind of addicting. And so
Like when you
I'm
go
like,
off, it's just like,
I literally have to just like stop. Yeah.
That's awesome.
no,
Okay.
that's me. When I get going, you don't want to be on the receiving end. But I guess to kind of revert though, I did want to say that one of my bad habits is, and I think I told you about this, is when I'm mad at someone or when I don't like someone, it's like they don't exist. I like put on these horse blinders, and if they're in the same room, like, let's pretend it's Heidi for just the sake of the exercise. It's not you. But just for, like, let's say the three of us are talking and Heidi's talking to me. I'll be looking at you the whole time. And just, like, I just have, like, this, like, blinder. And it's for anyone I don't like. It's a horrible habit. Horrid habit. What's that movie? Parent Trap. Thank you. The real ones now.
Yeah.
I know the
It's a
little
horrid habit.
Okay, have you guys seen the
What's it? What's
the
that
real
thing?
where it's like this? I'm so bad at explaining these things. I feel like I just butcher it every time.
No, you
'cause I
don't. No,
can't
you don't.
remember every detail. But it's like this mom, and she's like me and my confrontation skills, and like something happens, and it like cuts out, and it's just music, and she's like yelling at somebody, you know, and then after they like walk away, and then she like picks up a glass of water, and she's like. I laughed so hard because that is me.
That's
like
me.
any sort of thing, I'm like, I like literally sweat and I'm
Yeah.
like super nervous and I'm like shaking and my hands are freezing and I'm like, because it's like so out of character. Yeah, and so I laughed so hard because I was like, I relate so much to that.
That's totally me. Oh, that's our timer. I set a timer for us to be on time.
Okay, Natalie, you read your list.
Yeah,
I'll
read your
my
list. Yep.
Of habits we want, correct?
Yeah.
Yes.
So yeah, I didn't write like a comprehensive thing. I just wrote a few things like Kim that I'm working on this year. So one of them, to wake up at 6:30 every day.
Wow.
Because literally my days just go by so much better and more productively if I wake up at 6:30 or like I wake up early enough that like I can have some time to do things before the kids are awake and I don't sleep in and make myself groggy. It's like that sweet spot, you know, you don't wake up too early or too late and so you feel better.
Yeah.
So that's one. And then I want to work out at least 3 times a week. And I want to do my chore chart, or I have like a 5x5 plan. So if I don't get my chore done for the day, then I at least need to clean for 5 minutes in 5 different rooms.
Oh, that's nice.
And so I've been trying to do that. And you guys have probably noticed because my house hasn't been as much of a disaster as it normally is.
No, I have
It's because
noticed.
like I've been making that effort to clean at
Your
least
kitchen
a
looks really
little
nice
bit
all the time
every
now.
day. So
Your living room looks good too.
stop.
In your bedroom, I haven't seen it, but I'm sure it looks great.
I'll check after
You
this.
should go look at the bathroom, the master bath. Clean that and organize it this weekend.
Oh, wow.
Oh, I must.
So yeah, that's just what I've been.
That's
focusing on.
awesome. That's really cool.
Well, some of the habits that I want to make, making my bed. I don't know why. I just cannot do it.
Oh, I never try. I don't do it.
I don't know. I can't do
Well,
it.
that's something Jeff and I do every day.
Exercising daily, like Kim said, or at least just like some form of exercise, like even if it isn't just like I could put on exercise clothes and I go do something.
Mm-hmm.
Drink more water.
Oh, that's a good one.
That's a good one.
I do not drink water. I need to, and then just like getting up on time, and then going to sleep on time is one of them.
Yeah.
Where now being engaged and having a boyfriend or whatever, it's just like one of those things where it's like, oh, half an hour won't kill me, and then it turns into like an hour and a half, and I'm like, all right, so I'll get 5 hours of sleep and I'll be great the next morning, and I feel like absolute garbage.
Yeah.
So it's like I just need to like go to bed at a certain time.
Yeah.
But anyway,
That's another stress thing that I have is like if I'm stressed, I like stay up and I just like ignore the world and I watch a show and I like
yeah.
Thanks for listening to Siscussions. Hit the little camera icon and follow us on Instagram at Siscussions Podcast to stay updated on all things Heidi, Nat, and Kim. And don't forget to catch us on next week's episode.